Hello everyone. Today I would like to present you three of the craziest moves that AI has discovered. So by the craziest moves, I really don't mean the 3-3 Joseki or attaching to a big knight 3-4 enclosure. So today we're going to examine really crazy moves, and only three of them that I've collected recently. So we all know that if you want to enclose your corner, you have several options such as playing a small knight or the big knight, or even the modern AI 2-space high extension. But according to Fine Art, which is the best AI in China, they've recently discovered that this Kosumi is also a valid enclosure strategy, and it was played by Fine Art in an even game. So, well, this is kind of shocking, right? Because the world has never seen this before. It's just so shocking to many people because it seems that this move is a lot less efficient than the small knight. So first of all, the intuition behind this move is kind of obvious. It's saying this shape has absolutely zero weakness. There's no attach that white can do whatsoever. Any attach you do is just hurting yourself. Well, the other enclosures all have all kinds of problems. There's the attach on the second line. There's attach from the outside. Sometimes there is, this kind of moves. And even more extreme times, white can directly attach in the corner and then, give you a tough question. So, and the same goes with this one. There's the attach on top. There's the attach, obviously the classical attach at here. And then for the 2-space, there's always this attach here. This is actually covered in one of my trick videos. It's called the Drunken Masters. You can go back and check. It's actually a very complicated variation. So by playing here, black is basically saying, well, I don't want any of that, right? I just want absolute solid corners. And it's kind of like accumulating strength here to punch harder towards the outside, which I think is a very nice move, especially for beginner players. You can definitely try this out. No one can really criticize you for doing this because you have Fine Art backing you up, right? I'm not lying here. I literally watch professional commentaries. So this is not like a baseless claim, right? This looks so shocking, and I was shocked at first time I heard professionals say that this is actually a good move. Anyway, who knows, right? No one knows what the truth is of this, about this game because it's so complex. Well, some of the follow-ups, if you want to get absolutely comfortable, is white can actually play the shoulder hit. This is the only correct local move, right? White can obviously just play somewhere else, there's no problem. But if white wants to, harass this structure, the only move he can play is to suppress it like this. In which case we can just pincer from the outside. If white blocks, then we have a more or less normal shape. This has seen many times. We have seen many times before. This is just a bad situation for white because white does not have roots, and then he's gonna be under a lot of attack. Right? If you go this direction, I could just extend. The idea is black is gonna keep making profits on the right side while keeping white very insecure. This is following the principles of attack. So white probably does not want to block. White's correct move is to actually take the vital point that black is trying to take and letting black connect underneath. So I personally see no problem playing like this as black. I think a lot of my viewers would actually feel very comfortable with this variation. So if you really like solid stuff, like solid corner, because this corner absolutely belongs to you, there's no invasion possibilities, and it's a very solid structure towards the outside as well. So you can definitely try this move out in your game. I'm pretty sure you will not win or lose because of this game alone, but it's just a very fantastic experiment to have. All right, the second amazing discovery by AI is when black plays the second line slide and then white attaches from the outside. So this is obviously is not the AI discovery. This is a old traditional Joseki by human a long time ago. Against this, black has several options. Black can extend down, black can hane on top, and black can hane on the bottom. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about in those variations. We'll mainly cover what happens when black hanes on the bottom. Back in the days, the correct Joseki is for white to crosscut. This is pretty much the only move. Against this move, black can capture, white ataris, black takes, and white extends. Black goes into the corner, and then white will just tanuki if this ladder does not work out. Or white can also think about just adding a move here to make sure that that this group is really strong. So that's the main variation. Obviously, black can also think about Atari on top and then crawl here. This is slightly more complicated. White needs the Atari here, black connects. Obviously, white needs to connect this back, and then black can just ladder the two stones. This is influence versus territory. Two main variations. These are old Josekis. Today, AI told us that, you know, there is another move other than the crosscut, right? It's not to hane on top, as you may think. Rather, it's to play this really weird Kosumi towards the outside. So I was watching the video and there were two professional players commenting the game. And then one professional player said, "Did you know that Fine Art has discovered this H16 move?" And the other pro was like, "I had no idea. I can't believe that this move works." So they had a discussion, which is quite amusing there. And I was equally shocked, just like the other professional. You know, I have never thought about this move. It's absolutely visually shocking, and it's actually better than the crosscut on the second line, according to Fine Art, which is the best AI Go AI software in China. So Fine Art says, "I discovered this move and I realized after so many iterations that this move is better than any local moves. This move looks really shocking, but the idea behind it is really easy to understand. White is trying to create a miai, it's trying to hane at H18 or to hane on top. If black extends up, white is going to hane on the second line. Black ataris, white will connect. If black plays the Kosumi, we will play the two-space extension. Black gets the territory in the corner, white gets the extension on the outside, influence towards the right side, as well as the possibility of later on capturing the stone at F18. So this is a slightly better position for white. If black extends out, white will hane over here, and then if black extends, white will connect at E16. In this way, white is able to gain a very strong outside and suppressing black towards the second line. This is a more or less equal position. The reason is that black is able to have a very solid group that's already alive, a very strong shape, although on the second line, but this is very strong shape towards the outside. So yeah, at this point it's perfectly equal position as well. Some other possibilities for black to Atari, but this kind of goes back to the same variation. When white blocks here, we go back to the same variation, so not much to talk about there. If black Atari is here, white can connect. Black extends out, we can play here, and then when black plays here, we can give a cut on the second line. So against this cut, black needs to connect here. If black captures, white is going to Atari, and then there's a very severe follow-up that will completely seal black inside. Of course, black can't turn because we can drag the stone back. So So Ataring here is a mistake. So actually black needs to connect here, in which case white can pretty much Tanuki. Because of this cutting point, later on these guys will suffer a little bit from a liberty shortage problem. So white can just go ahead and start. I guess the best move right now is to play the 3-3. Or if you really like to be solid, you can just connect here, exchanging the move, these two moves, giving black a little bit more territory, but give you a little bit more strength on the outside. So anyway, that's just a little bit, like a very small percentage of the variations that can follow up, following this really crazy move. And the third really crazy move discovered by AI is more like a local move that is used in certain situations. So the last move, this is in a professional game, the last move that, black decided to invade here because this is getting like scary. So normally what I would think in this situation is to play, maybe the kick would come through my mind, but I think the kick does not give me a good shape, so I might just play the extension here. This is actually what is played by white, the professional player, so she actually played here. The other thing I might think about is to play this move, right? Trying to cap black inside, but this is a problematic move because black can just attach, play a tiger's mouth. It's very easy for this to become a ko. There's a lot of agi here. It's very hard to clean kill black in here. So those are the usual ideas. Maybe you would go for even weirder moves like this. This is also probably in your repertoire. Normal to understand, but today I want to present you an AI idea, right? This is a move that I have never seen before to attack your opponent. That is for you to play the bamboo shape on top. This looks really shocking, and if you actually play this move in your game, this would look really shocking to your opponent, and it's really scary because it looks like there's no way out on this direction, and there's no way to really, break through this direction because we can just block black inside, and there's not enough eye space in here. You play here, I can play like this. This is extremely hard to live. Like I can peep you here, there's not enough eye space, and black is probably gonna die here given that this connecting is a sente towards the liberty fight over here. So pretty easy to understand. If you try to run, I can just hane. If you play here, first of all, this double hane probably just seal you inside. Not to say that there is also the possibility to cut here, but I think in this case white is going to play the double hane or something. The point is that it's very hard for black to break out in this direction with this bamboo shaped move. So once AI played this move, all of a sudden we have this feeling that it is not so hard to understand this move, but it's just as human players, it's really difficult to discover such a unusual move, I would say. It just doesn't, since what happens behind AI is a bunch of neural networks, so it is really good at discovering new ideas and new patterns. That's why it considers every single possible move in its network and then discovers new moves like this. So I find this really amazing, and I hope you guys can actually use this at least once in your game. This is obviously not a move that you can play in every situation. It's just that white is really thick over here, right? So this connecting is a sente. Say for example, white connects. It looks like it's a 2 versus 3, but black can actually play this move. When you play here, black can connect, and then this is white cannot fill in from here, so white has to go back and capture, and then black kills. The problem is that this becomes a sente move. So white is really thick over here, white is also really thick over here. So whenever you have very thick groups on both sides and you have your opponent invading, you can think about just playing the bamboo shape on top. This is extremely strong, right? This is just trying to kill black. So in fact, black probably should not try to survive here. Black would probably have to just sacrifice everything and then just... I don't really know what black is going to do. It looks like a very difficult game. I think, but I think there's no way for black to directly get himself out. It's probably going to be some sort of sacrifice, maybe just trying some stuff over here. I don't really know how black is going to survive, to be perfectly honest, after a dagger move like this. Anyway, this just shows you how amazing some of these discoveries are. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, to not miss out on future videos like this. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.